Hi, this is Mrs. Sellers, and I'm going to do a quick overview of Microsoft Excel. So if you've never used Microsoft Excel before, or if you've used it before but you've forgotten, this is a good video for you to watch. So I'm going to start at the Start menu, click Start, and then I'm going to start typing Excel. And I'm going to choose Excel. Now Excel is a spreadsheet program, and the reason you use Excel, we're going to click on blank workbook right here, is it does a lot of math and a lot of calculations for you, and also you can make charts and graphs. Now I'm going to create a separate video to show you how to do charts and graphs. This is just a quick overview of how to simply use Excel. So you can see we start out with a spreadsheet, and it's one, whoops, sorry about that. It's one sheet, but if it kind of acts like a notebook, like maybe an interactive notebook. So one file can contain many sheets. I can keep adding, and it's nice. I can label each sheet to be so that I know what's on each sheet. And I can do it that way. So that's our sheets and our labels. So if we have more than one sheet, you can name each one. One of the things you need to remember is that everything in columns is labeled with letters, and columns go up and down, and everything in rows is labeled with a number. Where they intersect is a cell, and you always call the cell by the letter first and then the number. So right now I'm in cell A1. Now I'm in cell C2. It says it right there in the address bar. And that is how you move around in Excel. So I'm going to go to cell A1, and I'm going to show you quickly how each cell acts like its own little page of paper. So I'm going to type a really long word in here. So I'm going to put Mrs. Sellers computer class. Okay, so it looks like your word, these words go into each one of these cells, but if you click on cell B1, there's nothing in it. See how it changes right there in the formula bar? That's what that's called. Or if you click in cell C1, there is nothing in the formula bar. Everything is in cell A1. Can you see it right there? Okay, so to avoid confusion, we always expand our cell, and the easiest way to do that is to double click between the cells right here. So we go right there, double click, and it makes it as wide as my information. And that's just good formatting, so that's what we do. Alright, we can do to this cell anything we could do in Microsoft Word. So we can center it, we can, there's some other crazy things we'll get into later that we can do. We can change our font color, we can change our font style, and see I'll need to make it wider because it still doesn't fit. Alright, and then I can change my size. So pretty much anything you can do in Word, you can do to a single cell in Excel. Now if you were going to apply it to every cell, just like in Word, you would select whatever cells you were going to apply it to and then change it. So I'm going to make this something smaller so that and it shrinks it right back down. Alright, so that's how you do that. So the next most important thing that you need to know for quick information is formulas. So I think I tell this every time in class, is that Excel is not my favorite program because I like making things really pretty, and Excel is just kind of more about numbers. You can make things attractive in here, but it's really not your main program for doing that. But one of the things I do enjoy about Excel is that I don't really like math. So I like to use Excel to do my math for me, and the number one reason a lot of people use Excel is for budgets. So let's do a computer class budget, alright, very quickly. So it's important that you not skip columns and that you do not skip rows. Unless you're putting it as the title at the top, you want all your information together. So this is my title. I can skip a row and then actually start putting my information. So maybe I'll put budget here, and then I'll put, what do we have to buy for computer class? Paper for the printer. We'll put ink, and then we'll put mouse pads. Okay, So if I go over here and I put the cost, all right, so maybe I have a budget of $20 for paper. All right, well, one thing I can do is just put a 20 in right there, okay? And then I can put 5 for ink and 50 for mouse pads. All right, it doesn't look like dollar bill signs right now, so I can go up to my formatting right here on the home menu, and I can click this little dollar sign, and it automatically makes it into dollars for me. All right, so I'm going to click in this cell because what I really want right now is what my total budget is. I can do fun things with this and align it different ways and all kinds of stuff. I'll put it over there. And instead of me having to add this, I can use what's called the auto sum button. And it is up here in the top right hand corner, and it looks like this crazy little, it's a sigma I think. And it is for sum, auto sum. If I click right here and watch what's going to happen, it's going to ask me by lighting it up, almost like a little neon sign over here. Is this what you're wanting to add up? That's what it's asking me. And it's asking me, am I wanting to add up specifically B4 through B6? And if that's true, if that's what you want to do, all I'm going to do is press the enter button, and it adds it up for me. So why we like this so very much is that I can then go back and go, oops, that is not enough money for ink. Believe me, it's not. I should have put 40 in there. I pressed enter, and it automatically changed my total right there. This is by far not the most complicated thing to do, but if you can get this information in your head that you put numbers in cells and you put words in separate cells, you do not put words and numbers in the same cell. They have to be in their own place because Excel does not know how to add words. So then, and you can remember that it'll do the math for you, you'll have a good time with Excel and keep it all straight. So that's just our first little overview and our first little lesson, and we are going to have a Kahoot over this, so make sure you understand what I talked about today. If you need to watch this again to be reminded, and by the way, you save it the same way we've been saving everything else. You go into browse and go search for your directory, wherever your directory is, and you save it in your directory, and then you call it a smart name and you click save. And that's the very simplest way to use Excel.